G'day, I'm James and this is Jack. This week we explore one of the Eyre Peninsula's favourite locations, Coffin Bay National Park. Join us for a feeding frenzy on the boat, some local bait collection, some bread and butter fishing, a slight mishap and the best way to cook fresh King George whiting. Morning guys, welcome back to another video. Thanks for joining us. We were meant to leave Port Lincoln today and continue down the Eyre Peninsula to Coffin Bay, but we have stumbled across a beautiful patch of weather. We've come offshore this morning. We're just out in the, is it called the Spencer Gulf?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, out in the Spencer Gulf. And we were on our way out to these tuna farms to have a look around and just have a look at them because they look pretty interesting, and enjoy ourselves out here until the weather changes, which will be a matter of time, I'm sure. But thanks for joining us for another video, and yeah, we'll take you along for the day. Hello, still on. We're on the quest. Whoa. Wow, that was crazy. We're on the quest for a kingfish, and we've resorted to fishing behind the kingfish farm, which is literally just there. But they're here. They're little ones. They're here, and we really want to catch one. So what we're going to do is we're going to catch a few of these salmon, and then we're going to start a bit of a, oh no, tip wrap. We're going to start a little bit of a burley trail using the salmon. Off. On. And then hopefully we can get some kings that'll join in on this salmon bait ball that we've got here. So yeah, stay tuned for that.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Jack's contributing.
I reckon I just saw 10 below the boat.
Yeah, there'll be hundreds. Just swing him in, and then we only really need 3, I reckon. That'll do us. Great release. You just keep going.
Alright.
So the salmon here are hectic. We're still hoping a kingfish is going to come past, but watch where my lure lands. I'll try and keep it away from them. Watch the splash behind it. Ready? Look at them. They're on. Oh! 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 Look at them now. Look at them all!
Whoa!
We were landing the drone, and I just let my plastic dangle over the side, and a squid's grabbed it, and now there's 2 squid fighting for my plastic. Obviously, you're not really going to catch a squid with a plastic because it's just going to let it go, because there's only one hook, but it just keeps coming back. It's come back like 3 times. Maybe that was the final. Oh no, it's come back again. Oh, its mate's going to go it. Squid are so weird. This place is a friggin' wildlife park. Put him back in the water, put him back in the water. There you go. I don't know why people waste money on squid jigs. You just need a net and 2 very patient people. The time it would have taken to tie on a squid jig, we could have caught like 5, but that was a good achievement.
That was fun.
We've had a morning where we've just caught so many fish, but just not what we're after, so we are, watch, that's a different squid, and I'll pull up another one in about 5 seconds. There's just
I've got one on my
so many.
plastic
I'm
at the
literally
minute.
just letting my jig sink to the bottom. Yeah. And there we go. I've got another one. So before, I reckon I had 7 squid chasing after my plastic. And how many salmon have we caught?
Oh,
20?
probably,
30?
yeah. Every,
So-
like if we wanted to, every cast could have been
Yeah.
a
So
salmon.
releasing calamari, that'll fire some people up, but we've already got like a couple in the fridge, maybe enough for another 2 meals. And yeah, I don't know, we just don't need to keep, oh shivers, another one. We just don't need to keep any more. So we might call it a day there. We've had a pretty big day. We've gone all the way out, I guess, into the Spencer Gulf, had a look at the tuna farms. There wasn't really any tuna out there though. And then we came back across and then came back in here. So a few different species, lots of salmon, lots of squid, but we are going to keep heading further across the coast that way. So we're going to go to Coffin Bay, the Savo, and then yeah, we'll see you for our next little fishing mission over there.
See you there.
See you there. Good afternoon, welcome to, it's called Gunya Beach. We're in Coffin Bay National Park. It's a pretty sick spot. This beach is like terrifyingly soft. We came down off the sand dunes and then we didn't really want to go too far from the track because there's not really any people around and the sand is like as soft as we've ever been on. So the tyres are down, still like right on the verge of going down and getting bogged. So I had a fish for a little bit for some salmon, but as you can see out there, it is friggin' wild. There's no wind today, but there's just a heap of swell, so not much chance. I did lose a little salmon out there, but I've got no chance of finding any big schools when it's that swelly. Also really dangerous. I was getting ripped along this bank here, so I did come across one of these. This is a pippy. I think some people call them cockles. In Victoria, we call them pippies. Pippies are so expensive. They're like 20 bucks a kilo, sometimes even more. So I'm gonna go down and try and find a fair few of these and stock up for some whiting fishing tomorrow. Let's go find some of these and see if we can find more than one. Sometimes you just find one and it's all over. So I'm not very good at getting pippies. We can't find them in Victoria, you gotta buy them. So I've only done it up the east coast and through South Australia. But I believe the best way to do it is you like sit on the water's edge and you kind of look for where some bubbles are coming out of the sand, and then you run over to them and then you try and dig them out. You can use your feet to do like a little dance, but I like to try and look for the sign of them, then you're just not blindly looking for them. So I'll wait for this big wave to go out and then I'll try and find us one. Found one, I think. Yes, 2. That took about 20 minutes to find a second one. But these are big pippies. You'll probably get 3 or 4 baits out of these. Maybe I need to go a bit deeper. Oh. Number 5. Oh. Number 6. Ah. Called it early, not number 6. Oh, number 6. Yoink. That was bloody hard work, but got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 should be enough for a day's whiting fishing for us. Could probably get more, but don't really need any more, just enough for a session. And then if we need to come back down, we're only camped like 20 minutes from here, so we'll just come back down. It's kind of like a new way that we're getting used to, a new style of living that we're getting used to. Only having a single 40-litre fridge. Last year we travelled with a 60-litre fridge and 20-litre fridge, 20-litre freezer. So we always had like plenty of opportunity to stock up, but we just can't do that anymore. So I don't know, this is kind of cool. It gives every day a bit more purpose, I reckon, because we've got to catch fish every day because we can only fit a day or 2 worth in the fridge. So it's cool. we'll try and not get bogged getting back through these sand dunes. I'll tear Jacqueline away from her book. She has been no help whatsoever. And we'll probably see you on the water tomorrow morning, I reckon.
Good morning. We're back out on the boat this morning. We've just driven back into Coffin Bay, into the little township, to launch the boat at the Coffin Bay boat ramp. We've been staying out on the national park the last few days, and it's just beautiful out there. The town here is amazing. The coastlines, it's just such a beautiful spot. So we've come out this morning, hopefully to catch a feed, but also just to have a bit of an explore and see what there is out to see here. We've been super lucky the last few days on the Eyre Peninsula. It's been super calm, beautiful sunny days, hot, very different to any other time we've been down the Eyre Peninsula. But today it is more like what we're used to. It's windy, it's not as warm. So James is hiding away, rigging up some paternoster rigs for some whiting fishing, hidden in the middle of the boat.
I'll show you the easiest way to make like a paternoster rig or anything like when you're bottom fishing. So we just use like some, what's this, 16-pound leader, get about an arm's length. All right, so you got your length of line. One end you're gonna put a swivel on, and the other end you're gonna put your sinker on. So to make a sinker loop, you just make yourself a loop, overhand knot, go through twice so the sinker doesn't slip, because sinkers are expensive. And there's your sinker loop, sinker, thread through. All right, step one achieved. Step two is you find yourself sort of like the, I guess, start at the bottom third and then go up to the second third, depending on how long you want your dropper. And then you just make yourself a loop, and it's kind of hard with lighter line, but you make yourself a loop like that, and then you pick one side of the loop and then you roll itself on itself over and over again. So you make like a second loop and then you're rolling. Normally do 7 or 8 rolls, and then you get the opposite end of the loop. You go through the inside of that one, so it kind of looks like a big triangle like that. Make it a bit moist, and then pull it tight, and then that doesn't affect like the strength of your line, because it's just a roll. And then get your scissors, you trim one end of it, and then there's your dropper. And that, you wouldn't use that if you were fishing for bigger stuff, but for whiting, flathead, brim, that's just as strong as your 16-pound line, so that's not going to break. And then you tie your hook. It's in my foot. Tie your hook onto the edge of your dropper. 1, 2, 3. Grab him, and there's that. So sinker will sit on the bottom. Your bait will sit, what's that, 30 centimeters off the bottom. Trim your tag. And then yeah, good to go. That will catch whiting, flathead, brim, any inshore species. That'll do you perfectly. That's us. 2 rods with that, and I'll show you the bait in a second. So you open your pippies. That one was really hard to open. The pippy, like that's a pretty big piece of pippy. I'd probably cut that in half, and then you've got 2 baits worth. So I'll put them to the side. And then your squid, you want to treat it like you're going to eat it. So you just want to make like some strips, and then pippy goes on first. These pippies are really, because they're so fresh, they're really firm, so they'll probably stay on for a while. And then you just get yourself a piece of squid, and then you hang your squid off. And depending on what the fish are doing, like if they're biting really hard, then that'll be good. But then if the fish are really timid, you might shorten up your squid strip a little bit, because that's a pretty long squid strip, but I've heard the whiting here are quite big, so hopefully that'll get a big one for us. And then flick it out and we'll start swinging them in.
Well, at least we know the whiting are here. Just a fraction of the size that we're after.
That is not good.
It's so cute.
They need to be 30 centimetres over here.
Oh, and that's about
3.
half that.
Send him back.
Poor little thing.
We just made a move because we were getting plagued by tiny fish in that last spot. Lots of tiny whiting, like 10 centimetre whiting. Jack's just pulled up what I thought was the world's smallest flathead, but then I've topped her and found an even smaller one. That thing wouldn't be 10 centimetres, it is tiny. Not a good start. Oh, finally. I don't even know if it's going to be size. It will be. I was really starting to doubt. The wind's picked up heaps, so we had to come back inside the bay. You can barely hold anchor, it's blowing that hard. It's like 30 on the dot. He's gonna live.
Hopefully he's not the biggest.
Oh well, there's one, there'll be more. It's not always about big glorious fish. Sometimes it's just about getting lunch. That's what I tell myself on days like this anyway. We're literally fishing like 20 metres from the boat ramp because it's so windy. Is that going to be a lunch one?
31, it's all we want.
That's all we need, just 31. We've done the right thing. We've let a few borderline ones go. Come on. 31. That's 31. 31 and 1/10. Sorry, mate. Couple of them and we're in business. Where's me spike? I reckon with whiting, quick spike to the head immediately. I reckon 4 of these and that's perfect lunch for us. Oh dear. Oh, eat it. No. Got him. Flathead. Oh no, big whiting.
Another one with it then.
Welcome. That's what happens when they do nothing all fight. That's easy, the biggest one all day. That's what we need. Oh, you've made a mess of everything. Stop, stop, stop. Yeah. Ah. That's a better one. What are you, my friend? 35. That's better. Making a mess of the boat as usual. So before we left home, I forgot to mention this in last week's video, but we did get a perma trim fitted to the outboard. It's made a massive difference. The back of the boat certainly comes up a lot more, and it's a huge difference. It's like a different boat, but we're still having some dramas with the splash from our engine splashing up into the back of the boat. I can manage it now, so I can use the boat to its like full potential without filling the back of the boat up with water, but I still have to keep an eye on it, and I don't have full freedom to just like, you know, go as fast as I like at any certain trim. So on a day like today where it's really windy and I'm trying to keep the nose of the boat up a little bit, I can't really do what I want to do. So I think we do need some more adjustments with this. If anyone's got this same setup and has had similar problems or have any suggestions, please let me know. I went back to the dealer and they put a bracket in there to bring the engine a little bit further off the back of the transom, but it hasn't really seemed to work. So yeah, if anyone's got any ideas, please let me know. So we got our feet of whiting. It was bloody tough going. That is one of the more challenging days I've had on whiting. I reckon we would have caught 30 whiting. Only 4 of them were edible size. So lots in that 30 centimetre size, or 30.5 centimetres. The legal size is 30, but I reckon you want to make sure they're at least a centimetre over if you're going to keep them. So that's like a perfect amount for us for dinner or for lunch. as usual, the day's blown out a bit longer than we thought, so it'll probably end up being mid-arvo lunch, but we're gonna make our favourite thing with these whiting. What do you call them, Jack? Whiting
sliders?
Whiting sliders.
They would be sliders if we had small enough bread, but
yeah.
we just have normal bread.
Just have normal
bread.
So
I guess whiting burgers.
Whiting burgers, yeah, we're gonna make whiting burgers. They're bloody delicious, and these fish, I'm sure, will be excellent. So these guys will get a free ride in the scaler bag on the way home. If you don't know how this works, check out one of our other videos where we actually have a real scaler bag, not a fake one. But yeah, they'll get a free ride home. We'll go fillet these, and we'll see you on a beautiful Coffin Bay National Park beach for a cook-up. Doing some testing of the durability of the new setup. And the drawers are still attached, which is pretty impressive, really. I thought they'd be gone by now, but they're still attached. I forgot to put us in four-wheel drive. Oh, we're on downhill ascent. We don't want that. Traction control must go off, always. That's forward. Let's go back. Now we'll get bogged. All right. Here we go. Oh, you bastard.
When we were here a few years ago, we came in James's old Ford Ranger and we got seriously bogged coming up this hill. Hopefully not today.
Might as well be a freeway. How did we get so bogged there last time?
That was way too easy. I didn't say, but we did also have a camper trailer on, which probably didn't help the cause.
No.
But that was easy as today. Let's keep going.
Right.
If you travel Australia, you know that having showers is sacred stuff. When you have one, you want to stay clean for a little bit. So we found showers today and got to have showers, and James decides to get us bogged.
It was a joint effort. we made it all the way around because I was like, oh, it's getting a bit soft. And we went down.
We went down.
We went down.
Look.
We'll get out. On dinner.
What do you got to say for yourself?
I just want my whiting burgers. We could have stopped just there and we would have been fine.
Just there, right there.
We're on the phone to my mum, so I was a bit distracted.
So we're blaming Jenny, are we?
100% Jenny's fault. 100%. So last year we travelled with 4 Max Tracks and a shovel and used them a lot. But I figured this year, no camper trailer, lighter boat, we won't need 4 Max Tracks, and we'll get a shovel when we get to Perth. We won't need one, which was really silly. And Jacqueline's smirking at me, but
Why is Jacqueline smirking at you?
Because she said we should have had a shovel. Some advice that I learned from, definitely not me because I don't know what I'm doing with this sort of stuff, but like this is very bogged and it's bogged right up, like the diffs are fully under the sand. So I've dug out the rails and there's no point in trying to move the car until like you're fully, like the underbody of the car is out. So you can get your Max Track, push it underneath, and then you pull it out with a shovel load of sand. So I'm just doing that all the way along. And then once we've
we can see the other side though.
Yeah, so we couldn't see the other side before. Once we've got a clear line, then we'll let the tyres down a bit more. Then we'll drive out of here to our whiting burgers. I'm a sandy dog.
So much for our showers today. Look at me.
I've got sand in my ears. Nearly there. I feel like Jacqueline can deal with a lot of my antics. She has done for many years. but nothing spins her wheels more than when I get us bogged. It really gets her going.
Particularly the day we've had a shower. Oh dear, oh dear. Anyone wants a boyfriend, he's going cheap.
Jesus. I'm a chicken schnitzel. I think we should be able to make it out alive now with a bit of luck. A lot of sand. Well, we got out. If you look at the hole, spin the camera around, Jack. We're in pretty deep, so I wasn't really stressed. Worst case, we're just stuck here until someone else comes. Like the tide's not going to come up, but I was real worried. Like someone comes down here, sees us. Our tires probably weren't low enough. They were at like 20 psi. We had no shovel, 2 max tracks, and we're on our own in the afternoon. It's kind of silly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and
we would have looked very silly.
We would have looked stupid.
We're about to look very silly.
Oh, well, it's a learning experience. But if in the comments, tell us what are the things we did wrong, aside from the obvious ones, which was
not have a shovel,
not having the correct recovery gear, incorrect tire pressures, and talking on the phone on hands-free, not on the phone. But my mum was on the phone in the car when we were driving. So, yeah. Feedback, give it to us. What could have we done better to make that not a 1 hour process and 2 chicken sitzels?
Yeah.
Anyway, should we go make some whiting burgers now?
All right, now we've really earned our
Let's go.
food.
We should probably fill this hole in a bit as well. So, or maybe it's a good thing. People will see this and go, "Ooh, don't come this far." Nah, we'll fill it in a bit so no one KOs themselves. Alrighty, welcome to the beach kitchen. Let's pretend that last hour did not happen. This is what we came down to do, Jack. What are we doing?
The post-bog beach kitchen. So we're doing whiting burgers tonight. We've got egg, milk, panko crumbs, tomato, lettuce, cucumber, cheese, bread, whiting, tomato, relish, and aioli.
Nice. This is one of our favourite ways to cook whiting. We actually do it heaps when we're not travelling.
I feel like it's the most common fish that people who don't really like fish like.
It's a real crowd pleaser. You give it to your friends that don't like fish and they think you're a legend. So we're going to transform these into the easiest and tastiest
whiting burgers
thing that you can cook out of the back of your car, as we're doing right here. Very simple. So we'll show you exactly how to do it.
So they're all pankoed now. Pretty easy, just flour, egg, and panko crumbs. And I push the panko crumbs into them just so that they stick in a little better. Usually makes for a bit of a better covering. But now we just need to cook them, and then we'll be ready to put our burgers together.
It's blowing an absolute Megan gale here. It's probably not the best time to like film something, but if you're going to travel in South Australia, this is...
It's inevitable.
It's kind of just, it's how it is. It's a really windy place. We've got some butter warming up. Normally we just use oil, but it's a special occasion. It's a Monday night, so I thought we'd use butter while we've got it. We'll let this get hot. Then the whiting will go on, get it golden brown, and then by then Jack will have our burgers ready to go with a bit of luck. Oh yeah. Jack is obsessed with toast. She can't ever just have plain bread.
It's just better when you have the bread toasted.
Well, eventful arvo, but we got where we needed to be. We've got some beautiful whiting burgers, whiting sandwiches maybe.
Yeah, sandwiches.
So good. So many people, like, because we've been at home for the last, what, month or so? The most common thing everyone said was, don't you guys get sick of eating fish? No, we do not.
Not yet, anyway.
I say like, oh, do you get sick of eating meat? And they go, oh no, meat's... No, it's not. It's the same thing. So if you find new ways to cook fish rather than just like cooking it on a frying pan, it makes it like really enjoyable. And that's how we sustain ourselves. We have fish every day, whether it's for lunch or for dinner. And yeah, that's how we enjoy fish all the time. So we're going to tuck into these burgers. We've got a couple of extra little fillets that I might polish off, and yeah, yum.
Yum.
Tell me how it is.
As good as always.
Oh yeah.
So good. It's so hard to beat. It's such a good fish.
Thanks so much for watching another video. We've had a lot of fun making these last 2 videos, I guess, through South Australia.
It's been good. Good to be back on the road.
Yeah, it's a bit different. Like, people may not find it as interesting because we're not catching big fish in a remote place, but South Australia has got to be on everyone's list if you're traveling Australia. It is such a beautiful, beautiful place. Or
even if you're not and you just want a holiday destination. It's so sick here.
We literally have scratched the surface of it. Yeah. As we've said, we've come to South Australia a fair bit, and we've seen most of South Australia. So if anyone's down this way and fishing this way, we've done a lot of fishing all from, you know, as far as Kangaroo Island all the way up to Ceduna. So if you got questions and you're in the area, please send us a message on Instagram. We love people messaging, asking us fishing advice and stuff like that. So yeah, please, we'd love to hear from you.
Next time we see you, we'll probably be back in WA. We're heading there over the next few days. A couple of big days of driving ahead of us. So hopefully we'll see you there. Yeah, we keep like spending time in South Australia if we could, but we do need to get over to WA. We need to get back to doing some work, unfortunately. And we've got our Western Australian teaching registration, so we can't work in South Australia. We can only work in WA. So we'll get there, but it shouldn't interfere with our lives too much. We'll just do a day or two a week to fill some empty financial disasters we've had, and we'll keep going. So yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the West. Thanks for joining us. See ya.
Don't forget to subscribe, please.
Or like, or comment. All right, bye.
See yous.
More tropical.
No, it's a wrasse. Kind of looks like a blue throat wrasse.
Wow.
It's very slippery.